Hey guys, I'm over here now, on the analog side of the room. So, wanted to cover a couple of things today for the next installment of unnecessary guitar lessons, and wanted to talk about adding and subtracting from chords. Now, there's going to be some like crazy theory that goes behind this, and I'm not really concerned about that right now. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to assume you're just now learning some movable chords, some like what I like to pieces of bar chords, right? That's just a little piece of this guy, and talk about using some open strings or adding in some additional notes into those chords to add some flavor. Now, pet peeve is when I see these like silly one of them Tic Tac videos or whatever, that they're like, instead of playing a boring A, you can play this like A major sharp 11. You can't, not in a band setting. You always have to be cognizant of what are the other musicians playing, what's the singer singing, is what you're playing clashing with that. So you can't just all willy-nilly substitute chords. But still a good exercise just to kind of get some new sounds under your fingers and kind of learn, if you do dig into the theory behind some of these, like when can I use these to accentuate or maybe even create kind of a harmony with the other stuff that's going on in the band or with the singer. Solo guitar, you're sitting by yourself playing around, yeah, there's nothing to clash with. So yeah, substitute whatever you want. But I hate that. It drives me crazy. They're just clickbait, and you can't just swap stuff out randomly. There's other things in play that have to be adhered to. So start with the like super simple, right? Everybody that has played guitar for more than 7 days has done this guy. You know, like, oh, that's the guy I'm talking about too. That guy's like, you could play this, like, and then he'll go. Really don't like that dude. Sure, he's a fine person. I don't like his videos. Anyways, so out of a D, right? Oh. Okay, super simple, right? But that's what I'm talking about. You can do that with other chords. So that's out of a D shape. You know, and if you want to do some stretching, I mean, you can take that other places. I'm not in tune, but whatever. Close enough. So I want to talk about some E shape, F shape, right? We're down here. Okay. So one of the most common ones that's actually pretty useful and should fit in most scenarios, because this uses the 2 of the scale, or in this case it's actually the the 9, because it's up an octave, but it's just this note right here. So right, and you can do that. So that's one. Another one that I like to do is using open strings to get some nice, so kind of same thing. So in this case, I still have the 3rd in the chord, so, right? So that still has that major flair. If you wanted to make it a little less obvious, you can actually just do you can substitute that note. You can, which ends up being a 2, right? We got an open G here. And I like this a lot if you're in like C. Oh, there's one on C. That actually doesn't change the chord because that note's already in the chord, but it just gives you some nice jingles. So if you're in C and you go to the 4, I like that. So that's one. Another one is, I just showed you that little C guy, right? Oh man, this is so disjointed. I had this real planned out in my head, and then you hit the button and it goes away. So in the same vein as that C, adding that G on there, One of my favorite all-time chords is this A minor 7. And same thing, right? I've added this 7 here. Actually, it's not the 7, it's a... Oh, we're getting into some weird stuff. Hang on a minute. It is an A minor 7, sorry. But it's with the jangles. Alright, I like that guy. Another one, back to this E-shaped stuff, is to add a 6. So that's just right there. Now that is not going to fit everything, but if you are in a Huey Lewis cover band, my only song, Huey Lewis, right here. Anytime I play that, my wife in the other room is usually like, "Whoa!" So that's one. And then lastly, I think just some idea starters here are going to be open strings. A lot of people like to use these. Actually, I've got 2 more. Surprise! A lot of people use these E and B open strings, right? So I can do this out of like some A shapes, right? I did grab that one though, but that still has that. And then that's actually the same note, so you get kind of a 12-stringy thing with that. And granted, I can't do this with everything. I can't be like, but instead of. And that one makes it ambiguous because you're taking the 3rd out. So just like an E5. And you can do that obviously on the E strings, or what I like to refer to as scary F. I use that a lot. So just some quick ideas. Last one is going to be back to using an open G, but with some A-shaped bar chord stuff. So I kind of like that guy right there. Or you can do the sorry, my fingers are not awake yet today. See? And there's another one, you know. So they're all over the place. Just play around, just add and take things away, and then sit down with your notebook and write out that major scale and figure out, what did I actually do to that chord. I think that's about it. I just kind of wanted to throw that out at you. It's kind of just, that's the stuff, right? Hopefully that helps. I know that was kind of all over the place, and I didn't mean for it to be. There you go. Just try to add, try to take away, try to leave some open strings and add some new notes. See what that does, and then, like I said, and if you dig into, okay, what note did I add to that chord? Does that still fit within the chord progression that I'm playing? Does it clash with anyone else? Does it maybe support? You know, the piano's maybe hitting something and you add that 6 and it harmonizes with it, great. But don't just all willy-nilly try to substitute things. But I think that's all I wanted to go over. Yeah, so hopefully that helps somebody, and if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I'm happy to take some suggestions, and just trying to keep these more towards the beginner, intermediate type stuff. So yeah, but you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I will see you later.